Hey guys, welcome back to another Sims 4 building video. So today I'm building a small coastal home in the world of Brindleton Bay, which came with the Cats and Dogs pack. I'm building on this lot that it's like half on the beach, but there's a path leading down to the beach, obviously, which I don't think you can swim in unless you have island living, but you can fish down there, which is still quite nice. So yeah, I imagine this was like a family home or like a family beach home that's been passed down for generations, and maybe now it's become like a Airbnb type couples beach getaway kind of thing, or maybe a family lives there in the summer, something like that. But there's lots of coastal elements, obviously because it's by the beach. It's got a really nice like view as well. There'll be screenshots at the end, obviously, but there's some really nice ones of the ocean, and this would just be a really nice place to live or to experience living, even for a portion of the year, if you were here for summer. I actually was looking for inspiration for what to build on Pinterest. That's a really good tip if you're ever like stuck on what to build or don't have any inspiration for building at the moment. I really recommend going on Pinterest and just looking up like Sims 4 houses or houses just in general to get a kind of idea of what you might want to build. But yeah, I was seeing a lot of coastal homes, especially like kind of like Cape Cod kind of vibes, if you know what I mean. I'm British, so obviously I don't really know that kind of style too well, but I just imagine like a more traditional beach house than like you would normally have. But yeah, I kept it very simple. It's not like it doesn't take itself too seriously, if that makes sense. Like it's very lived in and very like cozy rather than like cold and like staged, as if it were an Airbnb or something like that. But yeah, so I'm just placing the windows at the moment, and kind of figuring out the layout for the house. I moved the house a lot, trying to figure out where to place it, because the lot's it's very square and it's very like almost short, so you can't really have a big garden unless you have it to the side almost. But yeah, I placed lots of like placeholder furniture to try and figure out where I wanted everything to go. I especially struggle with placing the stairs. So if you ever struggle with that, just know you're not alone. The stairs are really annoying in The Sims 4. You have to have them within a certain amount of tiles, that kind of thing. I almost went for a ladder just because it would have been easier, but I wanted there to be stairs because I wanted to have a little almost like area under the stairs. I think I did a reading area later on, but I wanted to have something like that where you could relax and like do something cool with the space rather than just having a ladder in the middle of the room. But yeah, I've done most of the actual house by now. So I've just done a simple gabled roof. I've done a big wraparound porch. I thought it'd be nice to just like maximize the most amount of outside space as possible. So yeah, I'm just adding some more decorations in as well using the live edit mode objects, which you can access in game using the live edit mode cheat, which is bb.showliveditobjects. I think I might be wrong about that, but I will leave the like cheats that are really useful and things in the description. But also, if you head over to my Patreon, which will be linked in the description as well, it will have a list of like really useful cheats and all of the CC and mods that I use. This build is actually CC free, so I just wanted to try and build without CC. I do that sometimes just because it's fun to use what the game has. You forget what kind of things are actually in-game and really useful. So yeah, there's loads of things in live edit mode though, like the arch in the garden, which I actually did in the farmhouse build that I did a couple of days ago. And I just really like doing that. I really like the idea. So yeah. So I just used some live edit like fences, all of the plants I believe are live edit mode as well. The little stones leading up to the door, they're really handy. I'm just working on a little pond area here. I thought it would be nice to have another element of water to the build other than just the beach view. So I thought bringing that onto the lot as well would be nice. And there's just some mosquitoes and dragonflies and that kind of thing. So no like ducks or fish. So I'm just placing some more stones and finalizing some of the landscaping outside. So I've used the live edit plants, keeping it quite coastal. I've got like palm trees and like, I don't know what they're called, ferns all around. You can see the boat there, that is also from the live edit mode objects, as well as the truck that I'm placing now. So yeah, it's just a really good way to make your builds feel a lot more realistic than they would normally. There's loads of cars in live edit mode because it's the world objects. So yeah, if you did want a full list of like great cheats to use in game, I'll leave them in the description below so you can check them out. So now I'm just starting on the little kitchen area. The layout for the inside is really open plan, so it's literally just a small kitchen, and there's like a dining nook near the stairs, and then a living area looking out onto the ocean. I thought having that view for the living area would be really nice. But I'm just starting in the kitchen here. I'm actually using the 9 and 0 keys with the move objects cheat on to move items up onto the fridge and onto the shelf later on as well. Again, this just makes it feel a lot more realistic than it normally would, and also you can't place a lot of items where you want to place them, so this is just a little way to do that in-game, which is great. I've used the counters from Parenthood. I think they're from Parenthood. Yeah, they're the ones from Parenthood, because they come in this really nice white and cream, and I wanted to keep the interior quite light and airy, so I've gone for lots of creams and whites and blues, obviously, because it's a coastal home. You can't have a coastal home without some blue in there. I was going to use yellow curtains, but I think I end up changing them to either blue or white. I really liked the blue, but I think I do eventually change them to white just to keep the space a bit more neutral, because I wanted to bring some more elements in, and they were kind of clashing with things. I don't know, it was a bit too much. But yeah, just some more little decorations here using the 9 and 0 keys again to raise objects up and down. And I use that rug, which I never use. I think it's the one from Season. It's got some really ugly swatches, but also some really nice swatches, and that one really suited the build. It reminded me of like a sunset. I was going to use a really large dining table, and I don't know why. I thought it'd be nice because obviously if this was like a family getaway vacation house in the summer, you'd obviously want like a large dining table, but at the same time it didn't make much sense because the space is so small, so I do switch that out for a smaller table, just because it makes a lot more sense. There's also like a table outside as well, which I imagine they would use as well if they needed more space, but if this was like a couple's getaway, like on the coast at the weekend, like you wouldn't need that much space or dining area, so I kept it quite simple. This place is only 1 bedroom as well, but I imagine if you did have like a family here, it'd be really nice to use the growing together pack because it came with the sleeping bags, I believe, so kids could bring their sleeping bags, they could sleep downstairs or upstairs. I thought that would be a really nice aspect to it as well. This is the little like book nook area I was talking about under the stairs. I thought it would be nice, just like that item from, I believe it's from Cats and Dogs, the one that's the smallest under the stairs to the right. I imagine that had like blankets and board games in and towels and things, and just things you would need that you don't necessarily think about when you go and stay somewhere else, especially if this was like an Airbnb kind of deal. But yeah, I'm using a lot of cats and dogs obviously in this house, as well as some Seasons, I believe. I think the chairs of the dining table are from Seasons, so again, I never use that many packs, mainly because I don't have a lot of packs, but also because I like to keep my builds as simple as possible. I use a lot of base game as well, but yeah, I just wanted to try and build without CC, just because it's fun to me. Of course, building with CC is like really fun because you have so many like options on what you can do and what you can place, but it's also fun to see how you can stretch the game as it is, especially because I know a lot of people play on console or their computers can't handle CC, so it's always fun to see what you can do just like on its own. And like you can create amazing things. Like I really loved building this house, and it has no CC in it. It's all like live edit or just like base game mainly. Yeah. This is the living room. I thought I'd go for some blue sofas. I normally do white, and I thought it'd be fun to tie in that coastal element, like lots of blues and whites, and they look really cozy and like comfy, and that's the kind of vibe I wanted for the house. It's like everything is used and worn and very family friendly and passed down through generations. I don't imagine this house has just been like just built. I imagine it's been passed down from a couple of family generations. Like this is the family beach house, this is where they go in the summer, but also it could double as like a couple's Airbnb getaway, as I said. So but that's completely up to you guys if you want to play in this house. I like coming up with little storylines to like inspire the build as I'm going, just because I don't like building things that are very generic. I like adding lots of detail and making it very cozy and for a specific sim with like a purpose of why I'm building it. That's just how I build. That's how I most get inspired. But yeah, here I am starting on the outside, well, continuing actually. I added some of the activities that came with seasons, like the water balloons, and I did the games table as well, because I never use that item, but it's a lot more useful than just like having a chair and tables outside. I also added some of the coastal decorations that came with cats and dogs. So on the right side of the building currently, I think I just showed it there. I added the net and the like barrels thing along with the ship wheel, just to tie into the more coastal theme of the build, because the inside is quite not generic, but less coastal like stylized. There's not like pictures of the beach on the wall and things like that, although that would have been fun, but I wanted to keep it quite simple more than anything. So here I am working on the upstairs. I've already done kind of like the layout. I just wanted a small bathroom. It's meant to be very like cozy, and I wanted the bed to be looking out onto the ocean, because there's the balcony there with the French doors going out. But I'm just starting on the bathroom first, so it's very, very, very basic. Literally just shower, sink and a toilet. The toilet into the corner slightly, holding down the Alt key, or I believe if you're on Mac it's the Option key. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's how you move items freely off the grid, by the way, in case you wanted to know. It's a really handy little trick. But yeah, I'm just adding like plants and towels. I wanted to keep it very simple in here because it's quite a small room. I didn't want to overclutter it. Just adding some finishing touches of like lighting downstairs as well, just to keep it as cozy as possible. I'm using the bed from Cats and Dogs. It's the one that's got the really ugly swatches. I think there's a really ugly swatch as its like thumbnail picture in the catalogue, but the green swatch of this bed is actually really nice, and it tied perfectly into that base game. Like, I don't know what it is. It's like the fabric in like a picture frame item, but they tied in really nicely, and yeah, the colours match so well. So here I am just starting on a little like dressing area. Again, really simple. I thought the more traditional dresser looked quite nice, but like I didn't want things or furniture that was very new and looked like it was staged almost. I wanted items that looked kind of worn, or like, I don't know, just comfy and cozy and homely more than anything. I'm just adding in some more little elements. I think I add a pet bed in a minute, which I thought would be nice to have like it there in case they did have like a dog over or cat over or something like that. But I don't imagine they live here all the time. There's just like a pet bowl upstairs and a bed, as you just saw, and a little toy box outside. But yeah, I wasn't sure what to put in this corner. I think I ended up doing a easel. Just because that's the classic item, isn't it, for The Sims? Like what to put in this corner. It's either a plant or an easel, and I went for easel. I was gonna do laundry, but I felt like it was too big for the space, and it also kind of felt out of place. I thought it was weird just like having it in the bedroom, especially because the bedroom is like open to the rest of the house. So I ended up just doing a laundry line, as you can see here, with the wash tub, which is like perfectly fine. Like, it does the same job, it does the same role, so that's all good. I imagine it'd be really nice having like barbecues out here in the summer and just hanging out with family and that kind of thing, or someone you love. But yeah, that's everything for today, guys. If you enjoyed this build, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I will link everything you need to know in the description down below, as well as my Patreon, so if you wanted to check that out, that would be really, really nice of you. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and leave me any suggestions or requests for another build. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!